If you have a hard time waking up in the morning, you feel groggy for too long, or you feel sleepy mid-morning, you might try delaying your caffeine intake for 60 to 120 minutes after waking. I know that can sound painful for you coffee addicts. I'm right there with you. I love coffee and mate. But when you push caffeine out a little bit, what happens is adenosine, which is a molecule that builds up with sleepiness, is allowed to clear itself properly after sleep. So after a good night's sleep, adenosine levels are low, but they're still present. Caffeine works to make you more alert, in part by being an adenosine antagonist. It's actually a competitive antagonist for you aficionados. But nonetheless, if you wake up and you immediately slug down caffeine, your levels of adenosine never actually get cleared as low as they possibly could. As well, it creates an increase in adenosine receptors, so when the caffeine wears off, you feel excessive sleepiness, much more than you would had you not ingested caffeine at all. So I'm not telling anyone who's enjoying caffeine in reasonable amounts to quit caffeine, but try pushing it out a little bit. The other thing is that caffeine can impact the level of stress hormones that are secreted from the pituitary. Actually, it's the stimulating hormones that go from the pituitary that go down to the adrenals, as well as in the brainstem to release adrenaline, also called epinephrine in the brain. And when you start ingesting caffeine too early in the morning, you don't get the natural surge of adrenaline and cortisol, which are a healthy surge, accompanied with wakefulness. So you might try that. It can be a little bit rough for the really serious caffeine addicts. So, maybe start at 30 minutes, push it out to 60, maybe 120. Or you know what? You don't have to do any of this. You can just keep ingesting coffee or tea however you like. This is just simply for people who are struggling with mid-morning sleepiness or trouble waking up. If you have questions, please put them in the comment section below. Back on Monday with another podcast episode. This month, we're talking all about hormones. Just thought I'd throw this one out there midweek for those of you that are struggling with mid-morning sleepiness. Thanks for your interest in science.